What's up, guys? I'm in Marvel Rivals today, and I'm actually going to be playing some Moon Knight, and I'm going to show you how to play him and what you need to do and not do. So let's get into it. So Marvel Rivals has been out for about a month and a half now at the time of this recording, and I've been enjoying the absolute heck out of this game. So I decided to create a series of tips and guides on every hero in the game. So we're going to start out with Moon Knight, who is my favorite hero in the game at the time of this recording. So yeah, let's see what Moon Knight brings to the table in Marvel Rivals. So his standard attack is called the Crescent Dart, and it is very unique compared to everybody else in the game. So when you hit just one person in a group or in a crowd or whatever, they actually bounce between everybody in that crowd, dealing damage to everyone all at once, which I think is great. That's one of the main reasons why I love Moon Knight so much. So one of his first passive abilities is he can glide in the air using his cape. And you got to be a certain distance off the ground to glide, but when you can, you just press LB and you start flying. So I use this kind of get away sometimes or get out of spawn faster, basically. Now his next passive ability is just a double jump. Now it may not seem like a lot, but it helps Moon Knight out a lot to get to better vantage points and to be able to get out of dodge sometimes. Plus it's also very useful to place his ultimate because it's a little difficult when you're just on a flat surface to try to push it to where you want it to be. But his double jump is very simple and very useful to get more advantage on your opponent in certain aspects, whether in domination or convergence. Moon Knight's next ability I'm going to go over is his Moon Blade, which does a lot more damage than you think, especially if you throw it into a crowd, because it will also bounce between everybody. Moon Knight's next ability is his Unk, which if you don't hear in the game, you'll hear a lot of people say, "Destroy that Unk," or "That Unk's not mine," from Khonshu himself if you're facing another one. And it's probably his most useful ability out of them all, because he can just place it down, shoot into it, and it'll hit everything around him, like in this circle right here. But it is also very useful to if you're getting 1v1 like the Spider-Man right here. You just place it on the ground and shoot all your darts into it, and it'll hit the Spider-Man or anybody around you in that radius of the Unk. So it is by far his most important thing that he has. So Moon Knight does have a team-up ability with Cloak and Dagger, and most likely you're going to have this all the time because there's always a Cloak and Dagger as a healer in a game. But it makes a circle around you, and you are invisible to everybody. But everybody can still see your projectiles thrown, so they can still technically see you. But it's just like a bubble that you create. It's kind of good, it's kind of bad. I mean, it's not really super useful, in my opinion. It's just kind of like a whatever ability that he can have, so. So his next ability is called the Moonlight Hook. It's just a hook that he can shoot on the ground or in the air, and it'll launch you in that direction. So you can make yourself go in one direction depending on where you look, or it kind of just is like an escape to get away if you need to, or if you want to get up on a higher surface and start to glide somewhere. That's kind of what it's really meant for. I use it a ton. You can use it from getting out of spawn to go somewhere faster or along those lines, but it's a good ability. And last but not least, his final ability, which is called the Hand of Khonshu, and it basically opens a portal down from the sky and shoots down the talons of Khonshu on everybody in that radius. The only downside about it is it only goes up to a certain height, and on some maps, that height is not tall enough to actually hit people above, like on, say, another level or anything like that. So that's really the only issue about it, but everything else it's a really good ability, especially for doing on domination or convergence. I would do it more on convergence, basically just because I get it a whole lot more on convergence because it's a longer game. But you can get your ability very fast as long as you're doing enough damage in the game, which it's not hard to do damage with Moon Knight. Like I usually get around 20,000 to 30,000 damage per game on average if I'm just regularly playing. There could be some games where I get upwards of like 45,000 damage because he has such a wide range of damage. Like all his abilities basically are for area damage. His regular darts bounce between everybody, which do their area damage to everybody. His unks make a circle that if you just throw your darts into it, more area damage. His ultimate is just another form of area damage, just to a wider margin this time. If you're really looking for somebody to do area damage, then basically Moon Knight is your guy compared to everybody else. Now there is some other people that do area damage, but we'll have to get to those in another time on another video. Well, hopefully this video lets you learn the basics of Moon Knight and maybe a few tips and tricks along the way on how to play him a little bit better than your average Moon Knight player, because I've been playing him for a lot of the ranked season so far. But yeah. I'm going to end this video off by sharing a few videos from me and my friend Jacob playing ranked. How is she alive?
Did an ult. Oh, I know.
Time to drain. This was conscious.
I didn't have a cooldown that I thought I did. Like I pressed it like 3 times. I'm like, fuck. And I got the melee ability from Widow.
The moon haunts you.
That like sucked me back in.
That feels
Yay!